you can eat to beat your fat. Ancho peppers, avocado, broccoli, bok choy. Let me explain how food can fire up your body's metabolism. So I'm going to take you back to body fat. Again, I'm not a diet person. In fact, I don't really like fad diets and trend diets and crash diets. And, like anyone else, I have stepped out of the shower and out of the corner of my eye. I see something on my body in the mirror that I don't like that. I got to get in a better shape, or I got to get in a better diet. It happens to all of us, right? That's a common thing. And then you step on a scale and the number that comes up isn't the number that you had hoped for. So you feel right away from the get-go, like, oh man, I'm disappointed. I got to do something about it. Well, I can tell you that in my book, what I want people to realize is that science is empowering us, because you can buy these metabolism-activating, fight-fatting foods right in our grocery store. So in the book, the whole second section of the book, if you're anybody who wants to have surprise and delight, I write the book as if I invited you, like when you were a kid, to jump into the grocery cart. I take you on a tour of the grocery store. I invite you like a kid to jump into your mom's grocery cart where she's pushing you around. What I do is I whisper in your ear and tell you what to put in the cart. So you go to the produce section, and there are foods that are like tomatoes that have lycopene that actually dissolve into your body fat within an hour or so after you eat the tomato. And that lycopene turns on your body fat. And what it does is it doesn't turn on the jiggly fat. It turns on the kind of fat called brown fat. And brown fat isn't jiggly. It's not lumpy bumpy. It's paper thin. And it's paper thin, and it's pressed along your neck, under your breastplate, under your arms, a little bit behind your back, a little bit in your belly. And when the lycopene from tomatoes and other foods will actually get to your fat, it lights up the fat like the striker you have on a gas oven. You click it, click, 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 whoosh. When that brown fat lights up, it's literally burning. It's thermogenic, meaning it's a space heater. It creates heat. In order to create heat to fire up, it has to draw energy, right? Just like a space heater does, you got to plug it in. Or just like your gas range does, it draws down the gas from a gas tank. Now, in this case, your brown fat, when it fires up due to food, it could be chili peppers, by the way, serrano chilies, ancho chilies, Anaheim chilies, will all do this in their own way, fires up the brown fat. And where does your brown fat draw its fuel from? It draws it from the harmful fat that's stored extra energy. So good fat, brown fat, will burn down harmful fat, white fat, jiggly fat, and it draws it right down. And the first place it goes is from the most dangerous kind of fat that's stuck inside your body. All right. So foods like tomatoes, ancho peppers, avocado, broccoli, bok choy, onions, garlics, green onions, red onions, these are all foods that you would see in the grocery store. Tangerines, lemons, watermelon. Sound familiar? Anyone listening to this? These are actually, science has shown, these are metabolism-activating foods. They trigger your brown fat to start turning on its space heater function to burn down extra fuel. You can get these foods in your regular grocery store. That means that it's accessible to everyone, and many of these foods are pretty inexpensive as well.
Let's move on to food that makes you less hungry.
So when you eat, if you were at a bean burrito, okay, provided it doesn't have a ton of unhealthy things in it, you're going to feel full longer. It's not because the beans are heavy. It's because there's a lot of fiber in the beans. And the fiber feature gut microbiome, and that actually sets into motion this series of signals in your brain that may just make you less hungry. Now, there's a hormone actually that does this. It's made by body fat called leptin. Some people may have heard of leptin, but we all, it's all part of this. Remember I told you intermittent fasting is natural? Leptin's natural. So we have a little bit of fat in our body, which we need. And when we eat and our stomach gets full, one of the things that happens is that the full stomach sends a signal, text messages our body fat, and our body fat releases some leptin. The leptin, travels in our bloodstream to our brain, and our brain receives the leptin signal, the text messages, and that leptin says, hey, you know what, slow down, man, you're full. Just slow down and stop. All right, and that's basically when we feel full in front of a dinner plate, it's because our fat is signaling our brain saying, all right, chill out, man, stop, slow down and stop. All right, now here's what happens when you've got too much body fat. Lots of leptin gets produced, And the funny thing that we don't fully understand is your brain stops reading the leptin. It doesn't read the signal anymore. And so even though you make more leptin, you're always hungry and you don't never stop eating. And so basically what you want to do is to tame that fat so your brain becomes more sensitive to leptin, and leptin will tell you chill out. And by the way, when you eat, if you eat too quickly, you'll outstrip the speed of your signal that your stomach is full, and your fat will make the leptin. So you can chuck a ton of food into your gut and you can overeat really easily if you eat super fast. And so this is another kind of like trick to actually optimize your metabolism is eat eat the right stuff, but eat more slowly. Don't wolf your food down because you'll beat your body's ability to signal to turn on the off switch, and then you'll overload.